Good morning, students. Till now, we have revised lesson number 654, and today we'll start with the lesson number 3, which is India and European colonialism. So, according to the name that we are going to discuss today about India and what was the relationship between Europeans. They established their colonies in India, and first they conquered land of India. Afterwards, they entered in political relation also. They wanted to take hold social as well as politically on India. Okay, now in this chapter some important points that we had discussed. Come on, let's have overview on that points. In this lesson, we talk about four main Europeans, and those were Portuguese, British, Dutch, and French. Right? If you remember. First, we discuss about the Portuguese, how they entered in India, and how they established their colonies in India. If you remember that so many times we discuss about Portuguese, especially when we call Portuguese, so that time one name always it is there on our lip, and that is Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama, he was a Portuguese seafarer who reached the port of Calicut in 1498. Then after the beginning of 16th century, Portuguese they control considerable portion of the Indian coast. They built fort for their protection. They built strong naval force which helped the Portuguese to establish their firm control on Indian Ocean. Later on we discussed about Carthage. Carthage actually it was a license which the Indian rulers they had to get from Portuguese for selling on Indian Ocean. By 1608, the Portuguese they had their colonies on the western as well as on the eastern coast of India. Portuguese Empire had its capital at Goa. The Portuguese colonies from Cape of Good Hope to Macau in China were considered to be part of Indian Empire of the Portuguese. There were several office holders appointed by the Portuguese king. The Portuguese had shipbuilding facilities at Diu, Daman and Goa. The Portuguese they used to deploy seamen from Portugal to India. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj he maintained a naval force that time because he came to know that if we want to fight against Europeans, so that time we have to maintain a strong naval force. The Portuguese gave limited powers to the people in their colonies. After Portuguese student, we discuss about British Europeans. The British they established their East India Company, which was their main trading center on 31st December 1600. Queen Elizabeth granted permission to the company to trade in the western countries. In the beginning, the East India Company's operations were limited to trade. If we see in 1923, the British government under the civil and military law granted the company an authority of adopting punitive measures for earning staff. The company was also given the right of monopoly to trade in the eastern countries. Monopoly means single authority. So here only Britishers they had authority for trading in the eastern countries. Charles II, he was a king of England. He issued a charter allowing the company to build fort in India to maintain an army and to make treaties with non-Christians. In the later half of the 17th century, the company operated from Surat and Madras. Later on, the eastern coast, Odisha, Bengal, and the other eastern countries were under the company's jurisdictions. The factories at Rajapur in Maharashtra, port city of Mocha in the Red Sea, Basra in the Persian Gulf were controlled by Surat Center. Administration of the Surat factory was carried out by the staff. The company started building forts and mints in India. Dutch, they established their United East India Company. The Dutch government allowed it to conduct trade with the eastern countries, to appoint staff, to establish factories, to build forts, to engage in battles against the eastern countries, and also in signed treaties with them. The company appointed a governor general to take care of the Indian affairs. By the middle of 17th century, the company had established Dutch colonies and factories in different parts of the Asia and Africa. The Dutch built various buildings in the premises of their factories and also fortification walls around them. They established their first factory in 1602 at Petapuli in northern part of Coromandel coast. In India, other factories were built in Machilipatnam, Pulicat, Port Nova, Karikal, Agra, Ahmedabad, Bharuch, Chinsura, Thatta, Khambayat, Surat and Nagapattan. The Vijayanagar court allowed them to build forts in Pulicat and Nagapattam. Student, we discuss about Dutch. They signed a treaty with the king of Kochi and got monopoly in black paper trade. Afterwards, they acquired Portuguese forts at Kochi, Kannur, Kollam, Konunglar. At the beginning of 17th century, the Dutch naval force was very strong. Then French they came. In 1664, French East India Company, it was established with the initiative of Jean Baptiste Colbert, the French finance minister to King Louis XIV. The company was also given the authority to trade with eastern countries, to maintain army and navy and not pay taxes, enter a war or treaty with the eastern rulers. In the 1666, the company sent a diplomatic contingent to the court of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb and obtained the permission to establish a factory in Surat. The first French factory in Surat was established in 1668. Afterwards, at Pondicherry, Chandranagar, Mahe, Karikal and Machilipatnam, factories were built. During this period, the French were fighting with the Qutub Shahi ruler and the Dutch. Pondicherry was the main center of the French operation. The British and the French from 1744 to 1763 fought 3 Carnatic Wars. We discuss about Carnatic Wars if you remember. Now student, actual question answers we are going to see. This is from your textbook only. Question number 1. Here you have to choose the correct alternative and rewrite the statement. Vasco da Gama, he was the seafarer from Portugal. Now only just we discussed. He was the first Portuguese who came to shore of India and who established his colonies in Goa. The license was given by England to East India Company to trade with the eastern country. It was by Queen Elizabeth, right? Then here are some incorrect pair. All are correct actually, one only it is incorrect, that you have to find out. So, our chief executive officer, chancellor, judge, Vedor the Fanenza, in charge of company's possession, Capitan, captain. So the first one is incorrect pair, that here the answer should be archbishop. Now next here student, you have to explain the statement with the reason. The Indian rulers had to obtain Kartas. This also we discussed just now, that Kartas, it was the license actually which Indians they had to take if they want to do selling, trading in Indian Ocean, because already the Portuguese they established their firm control on Indian Ocean, and that's why it became necessary for the Indian people, Indian rulers to take license. That license it was known as Kartas for sailing on the Indian Ocean, and if they said no to this, if they rejected this, so that time they had to face Portuguese. The Portuguese they used to seize or they used to sunk those ships by their force, because their naval force was very strong. Here the Portuguese they had become so powerful that even the mighty Mughals and the Sultanates from the south they had to buy a license from them. Then second one, it is Indian rulers. They found it difficult to fight the Portuguese. Here you have to write the reasons why Indian rulers they found it difficult to fight with the Portuguese, because Portuguese they were the strong force which had established their colonies in India, and they ruled for so many years on India. First main thing, it was their naval force, it was very strong, and they always used to attack on their enemy's territory from the sea, and always they used to destroy them totally. This was the main thing, and at that time India it didn't have that much strong force like Portuguese. When Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj he came to know about Portuguese strong naval force, so first thing he did, that was he established his established his strong naval force in India. So at the time of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, he had built his own navy with the help of Portuguese. Afterwards Portuguese they rejected to do help, because they came to know about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his strategies. But then also Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj he had established his own navy, and the Indian local rulers they were not able to match Portuguese in their war tactics, because they were very clever, they were very strong, they had a strong naval force, and that's why that time we were not able to fight with them. So because of all these difficulties, Indian rulers they could not fight, they could not face Portuguese. Next here it is brief one. Answer the following questions in detail. Which are the places where the Portuguese they established their colonies? So here you have to write obviously the names of the colonies of Portuguese. Each and every name is expected to write. Like Portuguese they had established their colonies on western coast of India. So where exactly? So they established their colonies in Diu, Daman, Chaul, Goa, Bardesh, Honavar, Gangoli, Basrur, Mangalore, Kannur, Kochi, Kollam, as well as they established their colonies on eastern coast too, right? So on eastern coast they established their colonies as Nagapattinam, Mylapore and Hooghly in Bengal. Portuguese actually they stretched their empire from Goa, it was their capital. As well as Portuguese they had spread their colonies from Cape of Good Hope to Macau in China. They were considered to be the part of Indian Empire of Portuguese. Now next question, that what were the rights given to United East India Company by the Dutch government? So many rights were given that here you have to mention that uh, formation of United East India Company, then they assured the permission for license, then they could appoint the staff, Indian staff, Governor General to take care of the Indian affairs. Colonies they had established, then the other factories also they established, as well as when they reached to India, so they established their first factory in Petapuli, northern parts of Coromandel coast, and they built several forts. So here you have to write the detailed information about all these rights which they got from East India Company. Okay, so detailed information it is expected to write like this. So many questions could be there, student. I will give you that questionnaire to you, and you have to work on that. Try to try to write brief answers for or, and try to find out the objective from your textbook too, and write down it. Always get habit for the running notes, and when you will write the details information, so that time you could draw wave chart. Already I told you about that. Okay, so follow all this instruction while writing your answer, and rest of the remaining lessons revision will do after your examination. Okay, so here the wave diagram it could come, that already it is mentioned on your textbook, it is mentioned in your textbook, that is island of Mumbai. Okay, so here you have to write the islands of Mumbai, and seven seven boxes are given. So you should write the name like Mumbai, Wadala, Mazda, so many are there, so you could write that. Okay, so hope that you have written all the notes, and we'll stop here today. Thank you and have a nice day.